All right, man, let's talk about Brian Branch and Kerby Joesph establishing themselves as the best duo this season in the National Football League. Last year Brian Branch played in the nickel. And obviously, with the defense fully in front of him, that's why it's called safety, because you're the last line of defense. He's been making more plays, I forgot who was originally supposed to be the nickel last year, and he beat them out. I can't remember who it was. It was somebody he clearly beat the brakes off of and won the nickel spot. I can't remember who it was. But yeah, they kept trying to trade Buda Baker to Detroit. I didn't really understand that. Because we knew what caliber of player that Brian Branch, and Kerby Joesph was. The league just didn't know. But when you play that nickel spot, what made him so unique? He can really play man-to-man coverage, and also with him in the nickel, you really wasn't giving up much. You wasn't giving up much in the run game. So that's the name of the game. If you can keep 3 DBs out there and still stop the run, and not really have much droppage in the run game, then you win it. Because a lot of these teams like to line up and they base formations versus 20, 30 years ago are now, 3 wide receiver sets, It's very rare you see these dudes under center anymore, predominantly in heavy sets, 2 tight ends, 1 back, or 1 receiver, 2 or 3 tight ends, 1 back, or a tight end, 1 receiver, 2 tight ends, 1 receiver, 2 backs. You rarely see those, but his ability to play man-to-man coverage, his ability to stop the run and blitz out the nickel, it became very prestigious for the Lions. So, but moving on to safety would allow him to make more plays. He'd still be able to play man-to-man coverage. And one of the pickups from him leaving nickel with Amick Robertson coming in, Amick Robertson is more naturally, physically gifted as far as speed to be able to run with a lot of the receivers. Brian Branch ain't as fast as Amick Robertson. Maybe not even as quick as he is. But Amick Robertson is a corner by trade. Branch is a safety by trade. So, but you still got him being able to guard tight ends, receivers. And one of the reasons he dropped in the draft was because of his speed. Remember, Kyle Hamilton was another dude who dropped in the draft because he didn't run fast. And ironically, Kyle Hamilton was a guy that was supposed to go into the top 5. Remember, played for Baltimore. I think he went late first, if my memory serves me correctly, off of 40 time. Brian Branch is supposed to probably go in the bottom half of the first round, anywhere from 15 to 30, 32 or something like that. And his 40 time dropped him out of the first round. His 40 time dropped him out of the first round. So, and that's how we end up. Green Bay traded, they picked us, and we went up and got him. So what he brings from that position, a ball hawk, run support, a guy that can play man-to-man coverage, a guy that can guard receivers. So it's really not a mismatch. An enforcer, a big hitter. I mean, redraft, he'd probably go pretty high in that first round, right? You talk about Kerby Joesph, a guy that didn't play a lot of football, late bloomer, Illinois, turning that program around with Brett Biermeier, used to be Wisconsin coach. Sorry if I butchered his name. Really with him, people said, well, he's kind of like the Ed Reed, no disrespect to the defense. He's a ball hawk. He can catch the ball, lanky guy, but not only just that, he's an enforcer. He's an enforcer. He can make big hits across in the middle of the field. He can, be run support. So he's just not a ball hawk. Now, his only real weakness is man-to-man coverage. That's it. He's not the man-to-man coverage safety that Brian Branch is. Not too many safeties are. If they were, they probably would be corners. But as far as, him, everything else, he marks the box. Ball hawk, enforcer, good tackler, good in run support. When you come across that middle of that field, especially if they play some cover two, that soft middle right there between the linebacker and the two safeties, you gotta have your head on a swivel because they make up a lot of ground, and they are enforcers. They are enforcers. They're gonna knock your head off. So, that was one of the best moves they made this offseason, was allowing both of those guys to make the allowing Branch to make the transition to safety. And nickel, you kind of limited to what you can do. Maybe you in the zone, but the safety spot, you can get to point A to point Z. I can play the box if I need to. I can play the deep half. I can man the man up. I can play the deep zone, the hook zone. So it's a little bit more, opportunities to make plays. He's made those plays. Kind of remind you of Quadre Diggs. Quadre came in, was a nickel, they moved him to safety, and that was one of the best moves of his career. I mean, he was one of the most beloved Lions, man. Him and Glover Quinn was a nice safety duo. He can play man to man, he can cover, big hitter, maybe not the ball hawk those guys are, but they take the ball away. They peanut punch it, they take the ball, no diddy. They get picks, and that's what you look for, guys that can get turnovers. Because you look at their corners ain't getting a bunch of picks this year. I don't think Hammond got one. Carlton Davis got his first two versus Houston. Now he got a broken thumb. Who the other? Terrion, I don't think he got a pick yet. So yeah, but. Hellified safety duel. A lot of great safeties through the league. Remember Earl, and he trying to make a comeback. Earl Thomas and Cam Chancellor till he hurt himself. They was a great safety duel. But you look around the league, man. You got Buda Baker, who's one of the best out there. Xavier McKinney is pretty good in Green Bay. Jalen Petrie, who kind of more that star guy. He's really good safety. We've seen him on Monday Night Football with Houston. So it's some pretty good safeties coming up, but I don't think it's a better pair in the league that I've seen than Brian Branch and Kerby Joesph. We need to get them a nickname. Real talk. We need to get a nickname. But hey, check out the Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications. Increase your chance to get notifications. We go live and drop video. Financially, want to support the channel. Cash App, $, CJ Good 313. Venmo, CJ Good 313. PayPal link description. Hit the link tree. Like I said, you can find me everywhere there. Peace.